Behind the glittering world stage, the camera flashes, and the cheers of millions of fans, Kim Taehyung keeps one space that has always felt safe and whole: friendship. A friendship not built on popularity, not sustained by personal interests, and not shaken by distance or busy schedules. The name of that space is already very familiar to the public: Wuga Squad. To many people, Wuga Squad may appear to be nothing more than a circle of top-tier South Korean celebrities. But for Taehyung, Park Seo-joon, Choi Woo-shik, Park Hyung-sik, and Peak Boy, Wuga Squad is an emotional home. A place where they can be themselves, laugh without burden, and support one another when the world feels too loud. And at the center of that circle, Kim Taehyung stands not only as a friend, but as a brother by choice. Someone whose presence makes their togetherness feel complete. Taehyung's friendship with Wuga Squad was not born from grand plans or formal introductions. It grew naturally from light conversations, from simple moments, from a sense of comfort that is hard to explain. Over time, that relationship developed into a bond that is deep, mature, and full of understanding. Even though each of them carries demanding careers, Wuga Squad always finds a way to be there for one another. One of the most touching aspects of this friendship is how Wuga Squad is always present during Taehyung's important moments. When Taehyung releases music, when he steps into the global fashion world, when his name resonates on international stages as V of BTS, Wuga Squad is there. Sometimes in the front row, sometimes behind the scenes, but always with sincere support. Park Seo-joon, often regarded as the older brother figure in the group, has repeatedly shown his pride in Taehyung. His words describing Taehyung as a king are not empty praise, but a reflection of how he sees his friend grow into an influential figure without losing his heart. Seo-joon admires not only Taehyung's achievements, but also respects the way he carries himself: humble, warm, and full of empathy. Choi Woo-shik, with his gentle and cheerful personality, often becomes the emotional mirror of Wuga Squad. Together with Taehyung, he shows a side of friendship filled with laughter and honesty. The two are often seen quietly strengthening each other in simple ways, without grand words, yet full of meaning. Their bond shows that even amid overwhelming busyness, there is still room to be vulnerable and truly heard. Park Hyung-sik brings a sense of calm into the circle. He and Taehyung share a deep mutual respect, as if they both understand the weight that comes with popularity. Hyung-sik's support for Taehyung often appears as consistent presence, quiet, yet unwavering. No excessive spotlight is needed, because their friendship speaks through loyalty. Meanwhile, Peak Boy, who knows Taehyung from a more personal, musical side, plays an important role in his creative journey. With Peak Boy, Taehyung can express himself without the boundaries of the industry. Peak Boy's support for Taehyung's work reflects a deep trust, not only as friends, but as fellow artists. What makes the friendship between Taehyung and Wuga Squad so beautiful is the absence of jealousy. In the competitive world of entertainment, Wuga Squad chooses to celebrate one another's successes. When Taehyung achieves something great, they do not feel left behind. They feel proud. Taehyung's success becomes a shared joy, not an individual possession. Taehyung himself often shows just how precious Wuga Squad is to him. On various occasions, he openly refers to them as people who give him strength. With Wuga Squad, Taehyung can be fully Kim Taehyung, not just V of BTS. He can joke, sit in silence, think, and feel safe without wearing a public image. In Taehyung's journey filled with achievements, Wuga Squad serves as his emotional anchor. They remind him of his roots, of simple values, of the meaning of togetherness. When the world idolizes him, they continue to treat him as a friend, not an icon, not a symbol, but a human being. Wuga Squad's togetherness feels even more complete with Taehyung's presence. His warm energy, his attention to small details, and his sensitivity toward others' feelings bring balance to their dynamic. Taehyung does not only receive love, he gives it as well, sincerely and without calculation. In the eyes of fans, Wuga Squad often becomes an example of ideal friendship in the Korean entertainment industry. They do not sell drama, create sensations, or exploit their closeness for public interest. What they present is honesty, and that honesty is precisely what moves people. Every time Wuga Squad is seen supporting Taehyung, whether directly or through simple words, it is clear that their bond has surpassed time. This is not a friendship dependent on constant meetings, but on the depth of mutual trust. Kim Taehyung, with all his accomplishments, continues to walk alongside those who knew him before the world called his name. And Wuga Squad, with their calm and consistent love, chooses to remain by his side, no matter what path he takes. In the end, the story of Taehyung and Wuga Squad reminds us that behind great success, there is always a small circle that keeps the heart warm. Under global spotlights, they choose togetherness. And in a fast-moving world, Wuga Squad and Kim Taehyung stand as proof that sincere friendship never loses its meaning. For Taehyung, Wuga Squad is not merely a group of companions. They are family, and with them, every step feels lighter, every achievement more meaningful. The togetherness of Kim Taehyung and Wuga Squad also teaches a rare lesson in the entertainment world, that healthy relationships do not always need to be displayed excessively. They do not need constant posts or grand statements to prove their closeness. It is precisely in simplicity that their warmth feels real. A brief comment, a quiet presence at an important event, or simply mentioning one another's names with respect is enough to show how strong their bond remains. Over time, Wuga Squad has grown alongside Taehyung. They have witnessed his changes, challenges, and achievements from very close range. As Taehyung steps further onto the global stage, Wuga Squad remains in the same place, an unwavering support. They understand that the path Taehyung walks is not always easy, and for that reason, their support comes not as spectacle, but as calm reassurance. For Taehyung, Wuga Squad is a reminder that success does not have to be faced alone. Between packed schedules and heavy expectations, he has a space to return to being an ordinary person, laughing freely and sharing stories without fear of judgment. Wuga Squad is his shelter, a place where his name is spoken not because of popularity, but because of affection. This friendship also shows how Taehyung views human relationships. He does not choose friends based on status or achievements, but on comfort and honesty. And Wuga Squad returns that choice with the same love, loving Taehyung not as the globally celebrated V of BTS, but as the Kim Taehyung they know and cherish. At every new step Taehyung takes, Wuga Squad is always a witness. They are behind the scenes, in the corners of rooms, or in private messages the public may never see. And that is where the beauty of their friendship lies, calm, mature, and independent of the spotlight. Ultimately, the story of Kim Taehyung and Wuga Squad is about a friendship that transcends time, distance, and popularity. It is a story of 5 people who choose to protect one another, grow together, and remain faithful to the value of togetherness in a constantly changing world. Taehyung may stand at the peak as a global star, but Wuga Squad is the foundation that keeps him grounded. With them, every achievement is not celebrated as an individual success, but as a shared victory. And as long as that friendship endures, one thing remains certain. Kim Taehyung's journey will always be accompanied by sincere, warm, and unconditional love.